there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. Sovereign men build their own lives. Build their own lives. Now, here's the thing. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to say, it's Sovereign Saturday. Hey, look, here's an important thing just going through life. You got to build your own life. If you're going to be a sovereign man, that means whatever you are, whatever you doing, you built it. You built it. Somebody didn't give it to you. Somebody else can't say, well, I built him. You know, I actually had a couple family members, you know, as they saw how I was succeeding and they were trying to take credit. And I'm like, at best y'all support it. But y'all know, I did this. I did the work. Because ultimately you have to do the work. No one is really going to give you anything in this life, especially as a man. Let's just be real with it. They might give women some things, they might give children some things, but they're not going to give a man something. So as a sovereign man, you have to build your life. You have to build what you're going to do. Whatever your mission is, you have to build it. Whatever you plan to do, whether you're going to build that career or you're going to build that business, or shoot, just be good at whatever job you're doing, you have to build it. If you're going to wherever you're going to live, you have to build yourself to be able to get that place. And hey, you know what? If you have the skill, physically build that house. But you have to build it. You have to build your sovereignty. Nobody's going to give it to you. We live in a culture where there's always a force trying to take away your sovereignty. Always a force. The laws influence you to try to take something away from you. No one's going to give you anything unless they benefit from it. Let me say that again. They're not going to give you anything unless they benefit. Even when you might have a young man who gets a scholarship to a certain college. Oh, trust me, the college is getting something out of it. Because they figuring, okay, yeah, we give him this scholarship, he does well. Once he leaves the school, maybe he'll give back to the school, or maybe we can use his name to draw in more sponsorships, donations, or just to get more students. So they're getting something out of it. It's nothing free. But you still want to build yourself because then you have control over it. See, there's nothing wrong with building yourself for free because you're doing it for yourself. You want to live the life that you want to live. Because one of the saddest things I see is when a man expects someone else to do something for him, to handle his business, to really just hold their hand. You know, I had somebody hit me up, an older gentleman. He wanted to know what he could do for a living, what kind of business he could get into. And I was like, what are you good at? You have to decide that. You have to build yourself. Now, even if your father got in young men, you have to teach them in such a way that they can guide themselves. Instead of giving them a fish, teach them how to fish. Show them how to build themselves. Now, that's the best you can do. And yes, you can have someone who can teach you something, but then you still have to learn it. You still have to learn it. And that's whatever you want in your life. Because a true sovereign man, he can say, you know what, I built this. Yeah, he can give people credit who might have helped him along the way, might have showed him some stuff. But it was because it was his will to climb to those levels. Understand that. Understand the power there. As a man, that's what you want to do. As a sovereign man, you want control over your own life. And the life that you build. Because I'm going to tell you what, I've been there before. I've been there where I didn't feel like I had control over my life. I've been there. That's why I'm so adamant about building that. You know, I remember I was in a situation one time, I was like, am I on a parallel world? I was like, it was just like, wait a minute, because I kind of just went with the flow with something. And I did that. I went with the flow with something. And I was like, it wasn't on the surface, it wasn't bad, but I was like, this isn't me. This is not me. And then once I was able to get out of that situation, to truly build to go in the direction I wanted to go, everything I touched was turned into gold. That was one of my most prosperous periods in my life. And it's tough. It's tough because we always have that voice in our ear say, hey, you should be doing this. You should do this. Or they'd be slick about it. You'd be really good at it. And then circumstances happen where, we might have to take that job we don't necessarily like. But even in that situation, even if you got to do some things you wouldn't want to do, you still using it to build, to be the man that you want to be, to build the life that you want to have. Because one of the things, I always joke about having 1,000 jobs. Now, I know some people take it literally. They say, no, I ain't literally have 1,000 jobs. But I had a whole lot of jobs. Every single job I got on was, to me, a learning experience to get to where I am now. That's why I can talk about so many things, have so many varied experiences. And yes, there were situations, many were situations I'd rather not have been in, but I said, okay, I got to build to the point so I'm not at this place. But I'm going to learn what I can while I'm here to help me get to that place of true sovereignty. And that's the key, y'all. That's the key. If you want to be a sovereign man, you need to build stuff. Like, don't be on here like complaining somebody threw you in a hole. How'd you let them throw you in a hole? Or are they stopping you? The theys are stopping you? Nobody's stopping you. You want to have so much control. You want to be moving in your life in such a powerful manner that you just knock stuff out of the way. Let me say that again. You just knock stuff out of the way. Nothing can stop you. You want to build till you get to that point that you're a steamroller, and you want to build the life you want to live. Where do you want to live? How do you want to live? What kind of lifestyle you want to live? What type of people you want in your life. You have a choice of doing that. A truly sovereign man will decide who is going to be in his friendship network and who is not. Who is going to be the type of women he's going to deal with, his friends, type of activities. And he's going to build it. A truly sovereign man, you're going to build that life. It's very important. Very important. One of the things we really want to do is keep going no matter what. And because ultimately that's the goal of being a sovereign man, to live according to your will and not according to someone else's. All right? So that's the key, y'all. So I want y'all to really meditate on what I've shared today. And as always, keep rising to become that sovereign man. Peace and blessings, everyone.